Welcome, dear brothers and sisters, to Comments for the Jehovah's Witnesses meeting. In this video, which we hope you will enjoy, we will examine spiritual gems for the week of August 24-30, 2026, with well-prepared and brief comments, no more than 30 seconds per publisher.
Answer 1. Parents can imitate Jehovah by disciplining to the proper degree. This means not reacting impulsively or imposing a punishment simply because they are angry. First, it is good to consider what happened, why it happened, and what the child really needs. The goal of discipline should be to teach and correct, not to vent momentary frustration. Answer 2. Jehovah takes all factors into account before correcting us, even those that are not obvious at first. Parents can do the same by asking whether their child is tired, sick, worried, or going through some difficulty. Misbehavior may be a symptom of a deeper problem. Understanding that makes it possible to correct with greater balance and empathy. Answer 3. Parents also imitate Jehovah when they have realistic expectations. A child does not think or control emotions the way an adult does. So age, maturity, and ability should influence the discipline given. This does not mean excusing bad conduct, but adapting the correction so the child can understand it, learn from it, and know exactly what needs to improve. Answer 4. Before giving discipline, it may be helpful to ask whether what happened was an isolated incident or is becoming a pattern. A one-time mistake may call for a different response from repeated conduct. By looking at the context and not overreacting, parents reflect the patience and balanced justice with which Jehovah treats his servants. Answer 5. Good discipline should leave a child convinced that his parents still love him. Jehovah disciplines because he wants to save and help us, not because he has stopped loving us. In the same way, after correcting a child, parents can reassure him of their love and help him see that the discipline is meant to protect him and teach him to make better decisions. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 5. Build houses and live in them. Plant gardens and eat their fruit. Comment 1. The exiles may have hoped to return right away, but Jehovah told them to settle down and make good use of their circumstances. This teaches us not to live only waiting for a difficult situation to end. Even if our circumstances are not ideal, we can keep making reasonable plans, serving Jehovah, and enjoying the blessings we do have. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 6. Take wives and have sons and daughters, become many there, and do not decrease. Comment 2. Jehovah wanted his people to keep moving forward with life even during the exile. They were not to think that everything was lost. This gem reminds us that a difficult stage does not have to stop our spiritual or family life. We can continue setting goals, supporting our family, and trusting that Jehovah still has a future for his servants. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 7. Seek the peace of the city to which I have exiled you, and pray in its behalf to Jehovah, for in its peace you will have peace. Comment 3. The Jews were to seek peace even in a foreign city they had not chosen to live in. This teaches us to be peaceable people and good neighbors regardless of where we live or what our circumstances are. We do not seek unnecessary conflict, rather, our respectful conduct can contribute to a peaceful atmosphere and give a good witness about our worship. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 8, 9. Do not let the prophets and the diviners among you deceive you, for they are prophesying lies to you in my name. I have not sent them. Comment 4. The false prophets offered the exiles messages that were probably more pleasant than reality. This shows that we should not accept a teaching simply because it is comforting or agrees with what we want to hear. We need to make sure that what we believe is truly based on Jehovah's word, not on human wishes or interpretations. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 10. When 70 years at Babylon are fulfilled, I will turn my attention to you, and I will fulfill my promise by bringing you back to this place. Comment 5. Jehovah had set an exact time to bring the exile to an end. The Jews could not bring it forward, but neither did they need to doubt that it would come. This strengthens our patience. Some of Jehovah's promises may seem slow from our point of view, but he knows the perfect time and never fails to fulfill what he has promised. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 11. For I well know the thoughts that I am thinking toward you, thoughts of peace, and not of calamity, to give you a future and a hope. Comment 6. Although Jehovah had allowed them to be disciplined, his ultimate intentions were good. This shows that discipline does not mean he has stopped loving a person. When we experience painful consequences or need to make changes, we can remember that Jehovah wants our spiritual well-being and wants to lead us toward a future filled with genuine hope. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 12. You will call me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. Comment 7. The exiles were far from Jerusalem, but they were not far from Jehovah. They could speak to him in prayer and be sure that he would listen. This reminds us that no distance, problem, or circumstance can prevent us from drawing close to Jehovah. We can honestly tell him our concerns and trust that he truly pays attention. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 13. You will seek me and find me, for you will search for me with all your heart. Comment 8. Jehovah did not want a superficial search. They had to turn to him with all their heart. This invites us to examine our spirituality. We may attend meetings and take part in Christian activities, but we need to ask ourselves whether we are really trying to know Jehovah better, strengthen our friendship with him, and let his principles deeply influence our decisions. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 14. And I will let you find me, I will gather your captives, and I will bring you back to the place from which I exiled you. Comment 9. Jehovah promised that he would allow those who sincerely searched for him to find him. He does not hide from those who truly want to draw close to him. This can especially encourage someone who has drifted away spiritually. Such a person should never think that it is too late. Jehovah wants him to return and is willing to help him rebuild his relationship with him. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 19. They have not listened to my words that I sent to them through my servants the prophets, whom I kept sending again and again. Comment 10. Jehovah did not warn them just once, he repeatedly sent his prophets. This shows extraordinary patience. It also teaches us to value the reminders we receive. If a Bible principle is mentioned often, we should not think that it is repetitive or unnecessary. Jehovah may be helping us stay alert to a real spiritual danger. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 23. They have acted disgracefully in Israel by committing adultery with the wives of their companions and by speaking lies in my name. I am the one who knows, and I am a witness, declares Jehovah. Comment 11. Ahab and Zedekiah could deceive other people, but not Jehovah. He knew both their immorality and their lies. This reminds us that our integrity is especially shown when no one else sees us. Knowing that Jehovah witnesses our choices helps us keep a clean conscience and avoid living a double life. Jeremiah capítulo 29, versículo 31-32. Because Shemaiah prophesied to you though I did not send him, and he tried to make you trust in lies, he has promoted rebellion against Jehovah. Comment 12. Shemaiah not only believed a lie but caused others to trust in it. Jehovah viewed that as very serious. This gem reminds us of the responsibility we have when speaking about spiritual matters. We do not want to present our opinions as if they were divine teachings. It is better to check information carefully and faithfully convey what the Bible actually says. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 2. This is what Jehovah the God of Israel says, write in a book all the words that I speak to you. Comment 1. Jehovah wanted his words to be put in writing. In that way they could be preserved and benefit not only those who heard them at the time but also future generations, including us. This helps us value the Bible as much more than a historical record. It contains thoughts that Jehovah specifically wanted preserved for our instruction, encouragement, and hope. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 3. The days are coming, when I will gather the captives of my people Israel and Judah, and I will bring them back to the land that I gave to their forefathers. Comment 2. Although the exile was still a painful reality, Jehovah was already speaking about restoration. This shows that he can see beyond our present circumstances. When we go through a trial, we may see only the current problem, but Jehovah can know perfectly how it will end. His promises help us look to the future with confidence. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 7. Alas! That day is a terrible one. There is none like it, a time of distress for Jacob. But he will be saved out of it. Comment 3. Jehovah did not minimize the seriousness of the distress. He acknowledged that it would be a terrible period, but immediately added that his people would be saved. This teaches us that having faith does not mean denying difficulties. We can acknowledge that a situation is painful and at the same time trust firmly that Jehovah can help us through it. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 8. In that day, I will break your yoke and take it off your neck, and I will tear your straps in two. Comment 4. The yoke represented the oppression the people were suffering. Jehovah promised to break it completely. This shows that no oppressive situation is too strong for him. When we feel that a problem is overwhelming us, remembering Jehovah's power can help. He can free us in ways that we may not now see or even imagine. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 9. They will serve Jehovah their God and David their king, whom I will raise up for them. Comment 5. This prophecy directs attention to the ruler from David's line, Jesus Christ. Jehovah promised not only to free his people but also to provide them with a righteous king. This strengthens our confidence in the Messianic kingdom. Jesus rules according to Jehovah's standards and will ultimately provide a security that no human government has been able to offer. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 10. Do not be afraid, for I will save you from far away. Jacob will return and be calm and undisturbed, with no one to make him afraid. Comment 6. Jehovah knew that his people would have reasons to be afraid, so he personally assured them that he would save them. The promise of living calmly and without fear must have strengthened them during the exile. We too can combat anxiety by remembering that Jehovah knows our circumstances and that his ultimate purpose for his servants is a life of true peace and security. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 11. For I am with you, to save you, I will discipline you to the proper degree, but I will by no means leave you unpunished. Comment 7. Jehovah perfectly combines mercy and justice. He was not going to wipe out his people, but neither would he overlook their errors. He would discipline them, to the proper degree. This teaches us that his correction is never excessive or impulsive. When we receive discipline, we can view it as evidence that he wants to correct us and preserve our friendship with him. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 14, 15. I have punished you, because of your great guilt and your many sins. Why do you cry out because of your calamity? It is because of your great guilt and your many sins that I did this to you. Comment 8. Jehovah helped the people recognize the real cause of their problems. It is not always easy to accept that some consequences come from our own decisions. This gem encourages us not to justify ourselves when we make a mistake. Accepting responsibility is a necessary step in order to learn, make changes, and fully restore a good relationship with Jehovah. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 16. All those devouring you will be devoured, and all your enemies will go into captivity. Comment 9. Although Jehovah disciplined his people, that did not mean that he approved of the cruelty of their enemies. He would also call them to account. This demonstrates his perfect justice. If we suffer an injustice while facing the consequences of some mistake, we can trust that Jehovah distinguishes the two perfectly and will never allow evil to remain unpunished forever. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 17. But I will restore your health and heal your wounds, although they called you an outcast. Comment 10. Others viewed Zion as an outcast with no future, but Jehovah saw the possibility of recovery. He could heal what seemed incurable. This gem is very comforting for those who feel spiritually wounded or think they have made too many mistakes. Jehovah can restore spiritual health when there is sincere repentance and a desire to return to him. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 18, 19. The city will be rebuilt, and from them will come songs of thanksgiving and the sound of laughter. I will multiply them, and they will not be few. Comment 11. Discipline would not be the final chapter of the story. Jehovah promised rebuilding, gratitude, and joy. This shows that his purpose is to restore, not to keep someone forever under the weight of past mistakes. After a difficult period, Jehovah can help us regain joy and once again fully enjoy our worship. Jeremiah capítulo 30, versículo 22. And you will be my people, and I will be your God. Comment 12. This simple sentence sums up the purpose of the entire restoration. Jehovah did not only want to give them back homes, cities, or stability, he wanted to restore a close relationship with them. This reminds us what is most valuable about our hope. More than receiving material blessings, our greatest privilege is to belong to Jehovah and enjoy his friendship forever.
Great, dear brother or sister, we've reached the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you next week. Before you go, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and if you liked it, you can share the video or follow our posts on our official website, commentariosperaleRuni.ntj.com. You'll find the link in the video comments. Warm regards.